Hello, my friends, operator Starsky here, and my good friend Anna from Ukraine.
Hello, guys.
So nice to see you, and so nice to see our dear viewers. And today, guys, you will have this incredible chance when a Ukrainian military who literally uses cursing and swearing to speak in his everyday life. And Ukrainian teacher, Anna, will teach you how to properly curse in Ukrainian language. First of all, Anna, it's a big pleasure to see you on my channel as always. Tell me, how are you?
Thank you so much. I'm really happy to be with you this evening and with your beautiful community. Moreover, we share a lot of good people making this pro-Ukrainian YouTube really strong. And I believe our people are changing lots of things. Honestly, after the start of the special military operation in Kursk, I definitely feel much better. And there are less reasons to curse, only from excitement. So maybe we will make this accent, this focus in our lessons today. You know, on my channel, we often joke that we have geography lessons when we discover more of the Russian locations based on the destructions of the military objects there. So I'm happy that today the second bridge went down, and it looks like a serious preparation for the Kerch Bridge in the coming days.
Yeah, absolutely. And by the way, guys, Anna had birthday yesterday, so it's a good opportunity to wish her happy birthday and everything else. And also, Dick Dawson from the Shells is secretly celebrating his birthday, so it's also a good opportunity to say hello and greet him in the chat. Before happy birthday, Dick! Hey!
Oh. Happy birthday to you. All the good people are born in August. I know what I'm saying.
Generally, yeah, I agree.
That's good.
Guys, before we begin our lesson, I really hope that you prepared your notebooks, beer, and pencils. in this order. So let's start with just a small update from Ukraine, and not only Ukraine, also Kursk Oblast of Ukraine. And we have just a couple updates, guys. It's a tradition on my channel, as you probably know. So first of all, as Anna already mentioned, bridge over same river. Bridge over river same.
By the way,
Yeah.
have you ever swam in same river?
Двічі в одну річку не війдеш. You do not enter.
I did in Chernihiv region. It's beautiful river.
Yeah, but it wasn't the same river. So, as you probably know, and it was reported yesterday that the bridge over the same river was destroyed, already second bridge. And there is quite a big possibility that between 700 and 1,000 Russians stationed in this area, in the area of special military operation in the Kursk Oblast of Ukraine, will be encircled. So we gotta watch out closely. Thank you very much. I'm not going to sleep yet, Mom. Two Serbian war criminals were eliminated in Ukraine, Zoran Stojic and Igor Vukobratovic. Those were Serbian Chetniks who came to Ukraine to kill Ukrainians. I think it's a good catch. And also Mustache Potato Man Lukashenko, also known as dictator of Belarus, announced that Belarusians deployed third of their army. Why does it make me laugh so much? Third of its army on the border with Ukraine. And guys, what?
In black bags, like 1/3. He should have done it already that way.
Not yet. Not yet in the black bags. I think they will come in like, like human pyramids. So guys, if you see like those funny men with like old Soviet camouflage uniforms making pyramids, then you will 100% be sure that is glorious Belarusian Spetsnaz. Those guys are extremely, extremely dangerous. Extremely dangerous, because like who in the sane state of mind can make like human pyramids with flags and stuff? Those guys are dangerous for themselves. Okay, so I finished. Anna, tell me how's the situation with electricity? I know I asked you, but I want you to tell this to our friends here.
Thank you so much for asking. Well, I think this month was good because we did not have electricity outages, but it seems like that heat is coming back to Ukraine. It's really hot outside, and what we read in the news, we might have these outages next week because of this over usage of the system, but hopefully we will make it. But in general, everything was fine. Plus, Ukrainians are extremely adaptable, and we have all the gadgets nearby to help us survive. Plus, this Kursk operation gave more light in our hearts. So I hope everything will be fine.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so my dear friends, let's start our lesson. Again, it's a unique masterclass because you have a living Ukrainian military and Ukrainian teacher. So today,
linguistics, I'm writing a postdoc. So that's why I have to be very serious choosing the curse words. Guys, honestly, I have to tell you, when Andrei offered the topic of the stream, I was so puzzled because I never use bad words. But then when we discovered the wells of Ukrainian obscene vocabulary, right? And how different these bad words from, let's say, Russian bad words, it's a pleasure to introduce you to some.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, in Ukrainian everyday life, we sometimes sorry, we share those obscene words because not only we do that, people in Poland and mm, let's say Eastern Slavic part of Western Slavic part of Eastern Europe. Oh my God. Uh, yeah, but today you will learn something new, hopefully. And again, everybody wants to learn like how to curse properly in a foreign language. It's like the best, like first thing you do, like first thing when you meet like soldiers from Poland, for example, during our military exercise in Yavoriv in 2016 and 18 and 19. First thing you do is like, guys, teach it. First is like change patches, okay? And second thing is like teach us how to curse in your language. Okay, so Anna, let's start with you. Can you see the screen?
At this moment,
Uh,
just you, which is nice, but no, nothing else.
Okay, so let's start with this beautiful Ukrainian word called odoroblo. It's now on the screen.
Окей, одоробло. Ти якесь одоробло. I remember this word from my childhood. I cannot tell you I was addressed that way. I think it's quite a nice word. You won't meet it very often in conversations, but it makes it more interesting, stylistically colored. And I'd say it's I don't want to say ugly, but it's something like badly made, imperfect, and it may be used about a person quite often when this person does not react properly. How would you describe that? I don't know. You may react when someone does something wrong or cannot fulfill a task or something. You will say, "You are such an odoroblo."
Yeah, I would describe it as clumsy. Okay, that's the word, I think.
Yeah, might be.
So it's when there's a person that is like Blue Falcon, you know, like clumsy dude who cannot do his task properly.
Or when you are super puzzled or maybe very nervous on a date or something, you may start acting like odoroblo.
Have you been nervous on a date?
I'm not. I'm very self-confident.
Me too, and I
We
never
will
lie.
find another bad word for me, but not this one.
Odoroblo, guys. It's you can say this. Okay. We have like two levels. We have like when you can speak this word when there's kids around,
You
and
can.
there's level when you cannot speak those words when there's kids around, and majority of them are like you
Kids
can say
friendly.
them kids friendly. Yeah. So
But don't name your kids this way.
yeah, because they will learn it, and this is how they will call you eventually. Odoroblo, guys. This is how you call clumsy people in Ukrainian.
But Ukrainian is a beautiful language. Even not a very pleasant adjective in Ukrainian sounds poetic. Odoroblo. It could be a name for a brand or something.
Yeah, by the way, why not?
Odoroblo.
Odoroblo. Okay, what do we have? Another word is the word that we use as an exclamation, as a word to supplant, for example, dang it, you know, or like dang it. Yeah, if you want to supplant it in Ukrainian, use word трясся. This will break tongues everywhere, like between I don't know, between Canada and Japan. This is pronounced трясся. And it has several meanings. First meaning is I think it's something like seizures or
I think it comes from a kind of a curse that you could um, sent to someone, wishing them to have seizures or to tremble or to shake, like when you shake with sporadically. So
Friendly
it comes from
Ukrainian people.
well, I think every nation has this kind of spices in their languages. but
Yeah.
it's nice and emotional.
Yeah, and it's absolutely children friendly, and it sounds cool when you want to say "dang it" in Ukrainian. You go "трясся." I added "трясся" like in every single sentence when I published my texts on Facebook and stuff because it was cool, guys. "Трясся."
It can be used as I will be a teacher for a second, a real teacher. It can be a pause filler when you have these pauses in your speech that you fill in with or well or трясся may come that way, like. So you will say, I don't know what I want to do, трясся. I have to decide, трясся, where to go.
Yeah, absolutely. In Russian language, they have this obscene shit
but not
like,
to use it.
yeah, suka, bliat, like
You should have warned me.
there are like, if there are kids or there are like ladies,
Yeah.
like it's very it sucks, but they use it a lot actually in the everyday language as a space filler.
If I were Russian, I would drink a lot and curse, because that's a curse to be a Russian.
Yeah, like what else can you do there? So, my dear friends, трясся. Now, we have, in case we want to wish somebody something, like bad, like in case we want to curse somebody, okay, if we want to wish him to become a better person, okay, we have this absolutely beautiful sentence that was proposed by Anna, which says "Щоб ти луснув." Can you explain this one, please?
Щоб ти луснув. May you burst, explode from inside. Well, that's a very common phrase that you can come across quite often. I could hear my grandma wishing that to some people in the yard. But typically that's a quick emotional reaction to a particular trigger, which leads to this wish, may you burst. But as Andrei was trying to introduce it beautifully, it may be a start of a new stage. You burst and then you become a better person.
Yeah, one of my friends, and it was in 2006, I believe. She was making she was working over her master's project, and she was specifically studying Ukrainian cursing, like back in the days. And for example, if we're talking about words that involve like genitals, then a crucial difference between Russian and Ukrainian language is that in Ukrainian language, they literally meant this, like, genitals. In Russian language, it's everything related to genitals is also related to the prison culture, big time, which was really, really widespread in Russia, and it's kind of dirty. In Ukrainian language, I was surprised to know this. Like 200 years ago, if somebody would tell you to go to like female reproductive organs, it wasn't a curse, actually. It was like a wish for a better, like a better future, okay? Like they literally say, they literally would tell you to go there, get reborn, and return as a better person. How cool is that?
Yeah, that definitely shows a different attitude to life.
Oh yeah. So, "Щоб ти луснув", guys, you can use it in any situation. Again, it's children friendly. I would say. Do you think it's children friendly?
Yeah, and I can even imagine saying something like that in a positive context when someone says that he did something like unbelievable, destroyed another bridge in Kursk region, and you will say, "Чтоб ты лоснул!" Oh my God! I think it may be with this positive connotation.
Yeah, I would say the analog is like get out of here, you know?
Yeah, like, uh-huh.
Yeah. So you can also use it in this context. What do we have next? Next, we have this absolutely beautiful word called moskal. So people think that it's like a derogatory for Russians, which of course you can use it like this. But generally, this word was used like 200-300 years ago to. This is how Russian soldiers were called. Muscovian soldiers, because 300 years ago there was like barely Russia, like Russia was only created in
The brand was
1720s.
not yet, yeah, the
Yeah,
brand was not yet developed.
yeah. So Russian soldiers were called Moskali, Moscows, and basically this is how we call them today. I mean, like not much changed since that time. You can find this word used in all kinds of classic Ukrainian literature. Taras Shevchenko, like everywhere, and our kids are studying this in schools, which I think is absolutely beautiful. And what can you say about this word? Do you use it often?
I can say that I use worse words to describe Russians. It is also a popular surname in Ukraine too. Hennady Moskal was the governor of Zakarpattia region. I find it really funny that the head of the first Ukrainian military commandment in Kursk region has a surname Moskalov, if I'm not mistaken, or something like that, which is derivative from Moskal. So, but that's the way you can address people who spread Russian narratives, who undermine democratic values too, because it all comes from Muscovy. And I hope that after the victory of Ukraine and the dissolution of the Russian Federation, modern Russia will finally return back to its roots and will be called swampy lands of Muscovy.
Yeah, or like whatever. I don't care how it will be called. I only wish they just GTFO from our country, and whatever
Everybody
happens.
wants a notion, but it's not likely.
Yeah, unfortunately. Okay, so this is Moscow. And this is how you would call Vatnik since like 17th, 18th century in Ukraine.
Yeah, that's beautiful. A beautiful explanation. Yeah, this is how Taras Shevchenko called Vatniks in his poems.
Yeah, and Taras Shevchenko is a iconic Ukrainian poet, widely known around the world. This one, guys, comes from Anna, and
Yeah.
this one is Stulipelku.
Stulipelku. It's so interesting, Andrei. Do you think they repeat after us? I would like to hear people saying that.
Yeah, guys.
Stulipelku. When we were little, I remember this like in the 90s on TV, there were English programs for kids where where like cartoon characters were saying something and you could repeat after them. So we could be these cartoon characters now on YouTube saying like "Stulipelku," which means shut up. That is a very important phrase everywhere. And it can be used on YouTube discussing issues with Russian trolls. It can be used elsewhere. It's not very brutal. It is also perhaps a bit kids friendly because it does not have anything like bad, very bad about that. But you can only address people you really dislike that way. And pelka may stand for your mouth, and it means just, it's not the direct word to say mouth, but it may stand for that, and it means just like close your mouth, shut up.
Yeah, we have Stuli pelku na patelku, MPass says in the commentaries.
Yeah, will you translate that, because I cannot. I don't know what would be the English for that, just like.
Yeah, like shut your mouth, I would say.
But a patelku? Stuli pelku na patelku.
Oh my god.
Just like on a hook?
No.
Shut up. Shut your mouth on a and close it.
Turn your mouth into a tiny loop.
Oh. Shut your mouth down. Okay.
I guess.
Stuli pelku, it's
best curse. Oh my god. Al-Qaeda says best curse, since you can close your ears. Zhuk Samayob. I think this one is like fantastic. I mean, like in the army we always like use zhuk, you know, for different purpose, and in most cases it's when you show some kind of initiative and then you're punished, like it's like you're punishing yourself for this initiative, and it's you can use it to describe Russians a lot, like a lot. Yeah, so guys, one more time. Stuli pelku, here it is in the top. You can pronounce, like you can train pronouncing it because it's very important. You can also, in the end of the this video, you can also write down the transcription. I did my best trying to do that. Because in this word, for example, in the word pelka, you can see this in the second word, in the middle of it, you can see this letter that looks like English B. That is so-called mekki znak, soft sign, which we don't pronounce, but it's like whatever. Ukrainian language has a lot of rules, and our pronunciation has a lot of rules that like you have to learn very, very much. That's why I decided to make it like as simple as possible, so you could understand. Okay, Stuli pelku. So what else do we have? We have my variant, which is Vilupok. Vilupok is like, if kids hear that, like it won't damage their psychology, I would say. But you better not use it around kids, because Vilupok is it's a really nasty person. If you want to insult somebody, this is what we say in a bad way, like, you know. And the word comes from the process of, which is interesting, from the process of like releasing yourself from an egg. It's like when bird hatches, right? This is what we call вилуплятися.
Yeah. That's why when I visualize myself a classical childhood scene, when, for example, kids are stealing apples from the old neighbor's garden, these kids can be addressed as Vilupki, Vilupok by the neighbor, because that's the a negative way to address. For me, Vilupok has some associations with children. Just like not only adults, but just like when you're angry at a kid and you're a bad person because you're addressing the kids that way.
Yeah, but I think you can also use this word to describe a person who likes to stare at you.
That's interesting.
Like, що ти вилупився?
Uh-huh. But then it makes me an object of вилуплення, and I'm the Vilupok.
Yeah, anyways.
So
So guys, if you are having your comments like removed every single time after using Moskal to describe Vatnik, you can literally use this one, and I think that they understand this one, by the way.
Might be.
I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's move on. Here we have, oh my god, we have so many of them. Telepain. Telepain.
And you know, I'm thinking how to translate it, and I realize it's not that simple. And I understand it means we have a good selection of words, which are very Ukrainian, very specific. Because if it's easy to translate, it doesn't make them so special. So telepain, it's a fool, or a very a simpleton, a very like primitive person that does not think much and does not have reasonable argumentation or something. So that will be like a fool, like a simpleton, telepain. But it sounds nice, and I don't know why, but I imagine a cow calf when I say telepain.
I don't know. I think that telepain is a good way to call somebody like not really smart.
Okay.
Like
dumb.
Like
Stupid.
Like silly. Not it's like lighter than stupid, but heavier than silly. It's like in between.
Yeah, quite primitive in critical thinking.
Yeah, and by the way, here in the chat, sorry for interrupting. Here in the chat, we have a legend. It's Jake Bro himself. Hello, my friend.
Hello, Jake. Happy to see you.
Yeah, always a pleasure.
An awesome word for Jake.
Yeah.
Jake is молодец. Jake is крутый.
Jake is super. I don't know. I only have like German one.
Super. It's a universal word.
Yeah.
Right.
Bro. I mean, like, what else can I say, bro?
Jake Bro is our bro.
Yeah. We have several commentaries from Michael Rosales for dumb. So basically, telepain is dumb. And same from Jokabiju, dumbass. But yeah, that's the word.
Did you come across a phrase, телепень безрогий?
Телепень безрогий.
Ах ти ж телепень безрогий.
Oh, no, no.
Maybe it's regional, you know. We were discussing regional peculiarity, so maybe телепень безрогий can be translated as a dumb ass without
horns.
Yeah. That's why I have some associations with bulls, bullies, and so on. Maybe it comes from that. I don't know. This old etymology of the word.
It's like telepain is a noun, right? And bezrohi is an adjective. It's a one word that we use to express that a person doesn't have like horns. Why it's bad, I have no idea. Like why having no horns like makes you like worse than you are. It's like just something from Ukrainian folklore. Can you explain this?
Oh, I have come across, I was trying to find the etymology, but I have found so many like synonyms, баран, бевзень, дурибас, дурбило, туман, бурмило, лупак, neox, like lots of things to study later.
Yeah, but guys, we are talking about words and phrases that we use more or less often in the real life. And a lot of Ukrainians use them in the villages, in like Western Ukraine. You can also hear that in Eastern Ukraine. Telepain is a very, very much widespread word in Ukrainian language. So you gotta remember this one.
Put down in your notebooks.
Yeah, Yeah, absolutely. So here comes one of my personal favorite ones. It's called "Zgimna Yushka."
I shouldn't have drunk at that moment.
Yeah. So "Zgimna Yushka" is literally a poop soup. So, for example, if you want to say that you suck as a soldier, you can say "Ты таки солдатик з гімна юшка," which basically means you
Russian
are.
army.
Hmm?
That is Russian army, the description of the Russian army.
Yeah. So you say that you are as much of a soldier as a soup from a poop, you know. Again, in Ukrainian language, it sounds really, really fun and funny, I would say. Did you ever hear like anybody using this phrase?
I did. I cannot tell you that I use it very often because I have this problem. I very quickly visualize what I hear people say, you know. That's why when you say it, I see it, and I don't want to see it. So I don't say it.
Yeah. So whenever, for example, Vatniks are bragging that they are like superpower, you can literally say, yeah, zgimna yushka.
Exactly.
Okay, what else do we have? We have zadrapanec. No, we have zadrapany. Zadrapany.
It may be zadripany as an adjective, right? Or it can be zadripanet as a person that is like that. And it's scruffy, right? But it's not that much about being covered with mud physically, but being unfit, improper for something like a little bit dirty, a little bit outdated, something that like if a person I don't know what context to give to illustrate this word. Can you help me? I know
Yeah,
it's
sure. You can use it as an adjective. So, for example, we already learned moskal, right? And you can use it as moskal zadrapany.
Yeah, you can combine it. You may say zadripany moskal or moskal zadripany. Both variants are possible and suit well.
Yeah, and kids friendly.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
moskals are not.
Yeah, this one is like literally kids can speak about it, they can hear it.
But it can have this literal meaning too. For example, when a child comes back from a walk all covered with mud, you will also say, "Why are you so zadrepany?"
Yeah, like if you're clumsy, you can yell.
Mud.
Yeah. If your kids return home and they have like dirt all over their face and everything else, you can say that you are zadripany because like you're dirty.
You know, I think that modern parents are super happy when their kids return like that. Not with iPhone and computer games, like real dirty kids from playgrounds.
Yeah. Here in the comments, we also have a version from Hubert Gizinski. He says kurva, and kurva is, of course, absolutely beautiful, amazing word that we use often in Ukraine, in the Ukrainian army specifically. We say Ruska kurva all the time, but I like, even despite the fact that we use it in Ukrainian language, I don't want to steal it from Polish language because this is absolutely Polish invention. And, like here we're talking about cursing in Ukrainian language. And of course, we have a lot of words that are like kids friendly and yada, yada. But when I've been to Poland, cursing in Poland is like an art. It's like you can hear them cursing all day long, and it's so beautiful. It's like You know when this like Polish man walks out of his like house and goes like, "Co to jest? Jesteś kurwa przejebana," and you're like, "Oh my god! Like this is so amazing." I would definitely like, I don't know, to if I find some kind of Polish YouTuber, I would definitely want to discuss discuss this with him as well.
I want to invite him and let him curse on the channel.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. It's guys, it's beautiful and awesome.
I think you will agree that there are also some people who have this specific pace of speech and intonation patterns that make their cursing beautiful. And when they curse, you never notice bad words or other, it's just a part of their style. And others, no.
Yeah. Okay. Our next word is of course, because how we can not mention this. So this is how Ukrainians call male cock. Okay, so we say prutень.
We have okay, I'm sorry. I have to be careful in the modern world.
Yeah. I hope you don't regret like being today on the stream, because
I can always pretend there is an electricity outage if I stop liking it.
yeah, tell them I tricked you. Tell them I tricked you.
No electricity.
Підманули Галю. So, prutень. Prutень is basically a penis. Can we say like, is it kids friendly?
Well, it's not that like I don't know. Perhaps there is a particular age when children learn these words and they love saying them. So if you
Yeah.
forbid them, they will keep repeating. It's not considered a very bad word. Plus, it has some other meanings in the vocabulary apart from the male organ.
Oh, really?
So I think, yeah, it's just like a stick.
Ah. I didn't know that. But it's good to know. And well, I would be extra careful and I would not use it near kids. This very word here. Yeah. So this is how you call like male genitalia in Ukrainian language in the proper way. We also have. Oh my God! I need to.
But will you use it to quarrel with someone or to curse someone? No.
I would.
Or compliment someone.
I like literally. I would. I would
Okay.
say like I don't know, like eat cock, їж прутень, like
Okay. Well, like idiomatic expression.
Yeah.
It changes. Okay.
Yeah, in the army we would say that like we would say like different versions of that. But prutень, generally, if you want to piss off a vatnik in the chat somewhere, you can tell him "Жри прутень," like literally. What else? I don't think that Anna is blushy yet.
No, I just have blush on me, but it's artificial.
Yeah, like I go blushy like much more often, because unlike Anna, I'm cursing much more often on my streams, and I feel really sorry after that.
And I feel like I'm a researcher here. You've introduced me as like a linguist, as a teacher, and I feel like I'm on my field research about the bad words.
What else do we have? We have this one, "Не пощекуй."
Yeah. That was a command, or how would you describe it? An imperative that my grandparents and parents would often address me with. It is when you want to stop someone from speaking arrogantly with their elderly people, like don't yup or don't show off in front of the people who know more. So personally, in my part of Ukraine and in my personal experience, "ne pashchikuy" is used when you think that the person does not have the right, the experience to speak with you in that manner. So I'd say it is not just kids friendly, it is designed for the kids.
Yeah. Also, it is used when you're like laughing or like smiling improperly, like it's an improper time for like smiling. Like when you talk to your kid and like you know that your kid stole like a whole jar of cookie from kitchen, for example, you know, and your kid doesn't regret doing that. It's like opposite. Your kid is happy of doing that, you know, like he or she feels like a hero because like you know they stole they put it like a chair and they climbed. Yeah,
They outthought you.
yeah. So like you're trying to you know scold this kid, and your kid is like smiling, you know, and you go nepa shikui.
Yeah, that was a common address to me.
I heard that from my parents too, by the way.
That's why I put it on the list for us.
Nice. Okay, guys, nepa shikui. That's something to remember. What else? We have one version from Anna, which is zaprodanets. Can you explain this one?
Yeah. I was looking for a translation officially, and it says something like sell out, or, well, this is a kind of a person that can sell his values, ideas, I don't know, motherland, principles, attitudes. It doesn't have to be for money, but it may be for something. When a traitor, I'd say, right? So this is the way to address people who, for example, seeing the crimes of Russia, still pretend nothing is happening and Russia is negotiable, for example. Or those who support Nord Stream 2, for me,
Yeah.
all of them are zaprodanci. Zaprodanec does not have to be like a person who betrays only like a country or something. It may be when you sell out, when you betray your ideology, your values for the sake of some other benefit.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, there are lots of zaprodantiv in the world.
Good explanation. Zaprodanets is basically traitor. Traitor, like in a very, very ugly way.
Mhm.
Yeah. Sometimes, though, you can use this word as a joke. Like, for example, you go with your friends to like McDonald's and you vote to buy cheeseburgers, and one of your friends votes to buy like vegan stuff, and you go like, you are the prodanets.
Yeah, or everybody wants beer and you say no, just cola. So that's a very illustrative case.
Yeah, that's me basically.
So you see.
Yeah. The prodanets, my friends, again, like it's really hard to explain how to pronounce those two final letters. Two. It's
I've
so
noticed that even the name of my native city, Lutsk, is very difficult to pronounce, and many people say looks like, but it's not. Of course, it's quite luxurious because I live here, but it is difficult. Like our ts is a little bit different than just ts sound, and it's
yeah,
beautiful that languages are so diverse.
yeah. Edmund in the comments says backstabber. That's the word.
Thank you. We are also learning. That's another thing that I love YouTube for, that not only we tell things, but we learn a lot from our communities. There's so many things that I've learned from you
Yeah.
guys, so thank you.
Okay, this one is one of my favorite. It's only being used in Ukrainian language since I would say several years. It's pitun. You probably noticed that word pitun. If you switch just two letters in it, it will sound like Putin. Um, in Ukrainian language, pitun basically, I don't know how to describe it. It can be used to describe like male genitals, okay, like literally. But also, for some unexplainable reason, in Ukrainian language, pitun sounds funny as hell. I don't know. Did you ever hear this word?
No. Sorry, I didn't.
Pitun, like, yeah.
No, I did. I've heard it 3 or 4 times during the stream.
Oksana Harris asks whether it's rooster. No. Rooster in Russian language is pituch. In Ukrainian, it's pivnik. Maybe it's
Even,
kind.
by the way, people often ask me to show this difference. Pituch, piven. Two very different languages.
Yeah. So maybe because this word reminds Russians a word pituch. Again, one very important thing here, because Russian culture is tightly connected to prison culture. In prison, they call pituch somebody who would get raped, because since Russians invented such things and as prisons, they invented this absolutely amazing culture, chanson, which has absolutely nothing in common with like French music. It's literally prison shit. They have this pituch culture of raping somebody that you don't respect and something like that. And in Russian, in this prison culture, this is how they call like people that are raped in prisons, like pituchs. So apparently, because this word is very, very much similar to this Russian prison pituch, you can also use it easily while talking to vatniks. I would say that it will work 100%.
Plus, it won't be detected as something very offensive because it's not yet in the vocabularies, perhaps. And you've described so beautifully this prison culture in Russia that I want to summarize. It's all because Russia is a prison. All Russia is a prison, and it's not a metaphor.
Yeah, I had a stream once, probably last year, about it, describing like Russian prison culture. All those Russian TV shows. Oh my God! Like, guys, if you think that, sorry, it's not piton, it's pitun. It's like it's pronounced.
Piton is like, right?
Yeah.
Piton.
Python is a different thing. So I was describing. I was describing like all those Russian TV shows portraying Russian prison. One of the most popular Google requests. Okay, and you'll be probably surprised. In Russian Google is "Как правильно зайти на хату?" It's how to enter the prison cell properly, so the inmates would not think that you're pituch, and how to do it properly so they would like respect you and everything else. And that is literally when you check, I don't know, like ВКонтакте accounts in Russian social media, accounts of like, young Russians, for example. I know because in 2015, in the area of Sector B of anti-terrorist operation in Kurachovo, Krasnogorivka, we were searching like terrorists like through the social media a lot, and that's a lot. You see that very, very often, like how to enter prison cell properly, how not to become pituch, how not to get raped in prison. Yeah, like it's crazy. So this is everything on my side, but I prepared several words for you. Well, okay, at least one. So this one is not a curse. It's a Ukrainian linguistic phenomenon. We call it zrada. Can you explain our viewers what it means?
Well, I'd say it's just not the linguistics. Linguistic. It is already a philosophical a philosophical movement introduced maybe by, I don't know, Yulia Tymoshenko. Oh no. Anyway, this can be translated as a betrayal, or what will be a more official word for that, like a treason, right?
Treason, yeah.
And treason, and that's a typical reaction of a Ukrainian that is exaggerating, and after stressful years of the full-scale invasion sees treason even in minor things, like that may not lead to the collapse of the system, I don't know, or some personal failure, but like everything negative. And when you're looking for someone responsible and it is someone from outside, you will say treason, zrada, and it may be just like, I don't know, when it's snowing too early, you will say zrada, it was not like that 2 years before, or something. So it became a joke because, well, like people are laughing a lot in difficult times. But I think, yeah, that's already a national concept, like looking for treason or betrayal where there is actually none, but because you had this experience and you still have this experience of very stressful life, you see it and you assign it to minor symptoms,
Yeah.
exaggerate the danger.
Yeah, Ampass asks to explain potужно, which I think is a good word. Let me show how
You can
to.
use it commenting our videos, like
Yeah.
Operator Starsky, потужно, Anna from Ukraine, потужно. That's good.
Let me
Powerful?
show it on the screen. Okay. Yeah. So potужно is it's like kick-ass. It's literally you can translate it from Ukrainian as powerful. You know, it's powerful. So we use this word to describe something powerful, something kick-ass. If you make a really strong video, or you
That
can,
was
or you hear some kick-ass song, you say that was potужно.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You may also say that Ukraine Kursk operation is потужно.
Yeah. Kursk operation in Kursk Oblast of Ukraine is absolutely potужно. Now, my friend Miroslav Brutovy in the chat asks to explain this word, which is really, really cool. Oh my God, let me just write the transcription because it's like, guys, you will break your tongue. Розкішниця.
Oh my God. You do it. You're good with this body language.
Okay, so розкішне, we already learned прутень, right, which is male cock.
You are getting very like oh my God. I think about John Rowling again.
So prutень is a male cock, okay. I would say that розкішниця is, but again, prutень, you can use it, for example, in the news. I think we would use this, like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like in the news you can say it on public. So розкішниця, you can also say it on public, and it means like female vagina.
Older generations won't even connect the meaning. It's quite new.
Kinda, yeah. It's like more like new Ukrainian language, but розкішниця is a very posh and educated way to call a female vagina. So it's like if you want to say no, it's you can say like you are розкішниця. Basically, it's if you want to insult somebody in a very posh way, you know.
Might be, but the very word derives from a word rozkish, which is a totally normal, ordinary word, which means luxury, so that you can feel the atmospheres.
Yeah, and it's actually I think that this is how Ukrainians called vagina like back in the days, like you know, because I was reading some of the Ukrainian obscene poems that were written like in 1800s. And this word was used there a lot, like very much.
Talking about the history of language and its symbolism, I remember that I was super surprised to discover that the horse in the songs is not the horse.
Yeah.
Well, Cossack comes and asks to let his horse drink some water. It's not about water and the horse.
Absolutely not. But on the other hand, like the word itself is really interesting because again, розкіш, that part of the word, means luxury or like wealth, or like having a good time. So basically, I think I understand why Ukrainians called vagina like this way.
And it shows a totally different attitude to sexual relations in Ukraine in contrast to Russian.
Yeah. Roger Ward asks, how do you say fuck off Russia? I can tell you exactly how you say fuck off Russia in a proper way in Ukrainian.
So do it.
Yeah. So in Ukrainian language, we have this absolutely beautiful word that we call sraka, right? One of the ways to say fuck, like not literally, like okay, it won't be like literal translation, but you can still use it to say fuck off to somebody. Is so sraka is an S of like of course. How could
like
we
if you pronounce it with English with English pronunciation?
Sraka.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta say it like Ukrainians, like sraka. So this word is basically us or ours, right? And of course, like we could not just do our stream without mentioning this one because it's probably the most widespread stuff you can find. So this one that is proposed by one of our viewers. This is what the Russians usually say. Yes, like Ukrainians use this one to say fuck off as well, because this is how we told the Russian warship to go and screw itself. But in posh Ukrainian, in Porsche Ukrainian, in Porsche Ukrainian, you can say, just let me. And by the way, I saw it in like, I don't know, cartoons, like literally. My God. You can say Russia. Sorry, I need to fix it. Here, you say Russia жуй сраку. Жуй сраку, like you can use it to say fuck off to anybody. Like people on the streets, like your enemies. If your friend does something like bad or funny, or you want to joke at your friend, like you can tell him "Жуй сраку, bro." Like it works. So it's basically me. This is the way you tell somebody to eat your rear, like we use it a lot. I can see that Anna also enjoys this one.
We girls don't.
Yeah. Жуй сраку, my friends learned this one. It's perfect. It works every single time in Ukrainian language. So Duncan Stewart wants to know, how do you say surrender now in Russian? And this one is really cool because it sounds just the way we say it in Ukrainian. We say "Сдавайся." Let me.
You're typing, right?
Yeah, I'm typing. "Сдавайся." So "Сдавайся" is basically surrender, give up.
Give up.
So we don't. Okay, I will just briefly tell you how to read when you have like words like this. It's not "сдавайся", it's "сдавайся", because we don't have like proper Latin letters to describe it.
Yeah, I think we should have a separate lesson on Ukrainian geography because there are lots of names of the cities that we have to teach people how to pronounce when we win and they come to Ukraine so that they can pronounce all of that properly. That might be fun too.
Yeah, when you see this, like those two letters in the end of the word, "ся", it's like the one that looks like C and the one that looks like R, only in a different direction. It's like "ся", it's not "sia". I know that a lot of a lot of people find it very hard to pronounce for a good reason. Because we find it really hard to explain how to read it. But it's the letter I, like right here, you almost don't say it. You just say "сдавайся", I think. Do you know any other words that we can teach our viewers today?
I don't know. Maybe they have some dream words they would like to discover. If they are very bad, Andriy will say them. If they are good, I will.
Okay.
Because I don't see your comments, and you gotta help me out.
Yeah, we will definitely answer 100 questions from our viewers today. So I have the last word that you can use, and I will also explain how to use it. So the word "pichva", beautiful Ukrainian word "pichva". I enjoy Anna's reaction when I read those. Which basically is the same as "розкішниця". Only "розкішниця" you can use it basically anywhere. And by the way, the coolest fact about "розкішниця", not everybody, even not all Ukrainians really know what it means. But "pichva" is like literally everybody knows how it works and what it means. You can use it to send people to this place. You can use it as a location for like vatniks to go. So if you want to say this, my God, let me type it. The problem is I don't have like Ukrainian Ukrainian stickers on the keyboard. That's why I'm using my super memory to remember which K is idiv. So this is how you use it. So basically, when you see a vatnik somewhere in the commentaries or like on a street, basically you can tell a vatnik to go and visit this amazing location. You can say "Иди в пихву." It's "Иди в пихву." I believe that they will understand this as well.
I have never understood why is it so bad.
No
Why
idea.
is it treated as something bad happening when actually it's not?
Well, yeah. Like, I mean, again, according to Ukrainian folklore, if somebody tells you "Иди в пихву," this basically means go there and get reborn and return as a better person. It was like
I see
that.
you're a specialist in Ukrainian folklore.
Yeah, like it was like that girl, that my friend, she rolled her masters, like studying all that stuff. So she knows for sure. What else? Do we have any questions from our viewers? Because guys, like today you can ask us how to say different stuff in Ukrainian language. Lisbeth, I was talking about that place that I just mentioned, the female genitals. For some reason, again, like humankind, and especially in our part of Europe, we used to send people there. I'm not sure if there's anything like that in English, for example.
Do we have some comments about that?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's check out. Let's check out the commentaries from our viewers. Toilet thief. Toilet thief.
It sounds so posh in English, like you're a toilet thief.
Toilet thief.
Туалетний злодій, but it's not like туалетний злодій, це крадій туалету.
Туалетний крадій.
Але туалетний, це, наче він прийшов і краде щось з туалету, а не сам туалет. Унітаз.
Yeah. Oh, this one is cool. This one is cool. How do you say Russian cow rapist? Do you know like the recent news?
About a tourist
Yeah.
trying to harass a cow.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Okay,
How
you
do
explain reactions.
Okay. I will explain this, but also Nashoba asks, say moron, please. I would say like telepany, one of the words that we described previously.
Practice makes perfect, so let it be telepany again.
Yeah, telepany is a good one. Russian cow rapist. Oh my God. Like, we have a word, but you will break your tongue, like literally. It's коров'ячий гвалтівник.
But that makes our language unique, коров'ячий гвалтівник. А це ж російський коров'ячий гвалтівник.
Любитель телятини.
Я любитель телят.
Okay, guys. I have the one. So it's російський любитель.
Гвалтівник великої рогатої худоби.
Oh my God. Thank you so much. My God, how to fit it on the screen, guys. Гвалтівник великої худоби.
Cattle.
I
That would be
I nearly broke my 10 fingers while typing this. А, гвалтівник
гвалтівник, like гвалтівник.
Yeah, absolutely, you're right. Гвалтівник великої рогатої худоби. Not sure if the like transcription is right. So here you have гвалтівник великої рогатої худоби. Or
Sounds very like news reports. Another Russian гвалтівник великої рогатої худоби was captured on a resort.
Yeah. So you can say гвалтівник великої рогатої худоби, which is basically a Russian tourist in Thailand who raped a cow several days ago. Guys, what?
I thought he intended. I thought he only intended. But let's forget about this.
I think, considering the fact that he like planned everything and prepared, because he was caught naked. Okay, he was caught naked for a simple reason, because when, for example, cow starts like pooping, during the process, you will have your clothes like dirty. Like that's just my assumption. So dude knew that. Okay. So apparently he had like some kind of experience.
Okay. There are some things I wish not to know.
Yeah. And my friend asks, it wasn't sanctioned. Bro, it wasn't sanctioned. Ivan, he has alibi. He's been to Philippines. Okay, so don't touch my bro. He's been to Philippines, but that one, like, he got whacked. He got wasted. So you can use this one, basically. You can literally write it down and use it while speaking to Vatniks, like easily. Yeah, they will understand. Do you have a dictionary of curse words in Ukrainian? Do we have one?
I think there are. I'm not sure they are this dictionary type, or they more resemble like proverbs, saying, curses, like list of phrases, not just words. But I think, yeah, I'm sure there are lots of researches on the topic. And if to look into the peculiarities, we may definitely say that traditional Ukrainian obscene language is more about animals, more about family-like relations than about and body parts than about like sexual relations were not a part of the bad words until severe Russification. Just like in Poland and in other Central European languages, it's more about like sending to a particular, but it's not about sexual activities. It's about parts of the body, animals. It's very common, just like and various curses.
Tommy Gunn asks how to say prostitute.
Well, you may say povia, but for me it sounds like a literary word. It's not a bad. I'd say like it resembles me French novels of the 18th, 19th century. She was povia. Povia sounds like.
It's so funny, when I post those words on the screen, they appear next to my head, and like I'm literally
not to
like,
mine, which is good.
Yeah, I'm literally like sitting here and like this word, as if it's from a vocabulary with a picture, like
illustration. Like this is how a typical Ukrainian povia looks. Hello.
Man whore. So yeah, I gotta do something with it. So povia It's used nowadays in literature. I think it's also used in like news updates and yada yada. So you can say this easily. But, and again, it will appear next to my head,
Yeah,
of course. What am I doing? So we have
Teaching,
like what?
teaching Ukrainian.
Yeah. So we have this one. It's not the man on the photo, right? So Shlondra. Shlondra is how we say prostitute, but in like a vulgar way, in a bad way. Okay, let me put it like in this corner.
Yeah, but I'd say that povia is more like of a profession, like for sure. Like when someone is povia, it's definitely like her job. And Shlondra may be her vocation.
Yeah,
Like,
I would say that povia is basically occupation, and
yeah,
or like profession and occupation.
both variants are possible. Like, if there were a trade union, it would be a trade union of povias.
Ah, yeah, or a labor
Yes.
union.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
trade union is just okay. That's a false friend of the interpreter.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Okay. Is suka the Ukrainian F word? Asks Matthew. So basically, suka is a bitch, but look at this. In your word, you're using KH, like in Kharkiv or Kherson. So in Ukrainian language, when you see both letters KH, it only means one letter. It's H, okay, like in Hollywood. In this particular case, there's only like letter K without H, and
Yeah,
it
because
means
otherwise
yeah.
it's a different word.
It means a bitch, but we also have a word that looks like this, and it's suha, which means dry. And because it has an ending a, it means like somebody of a female gender, something of a female gender or somebody.
It may be a weather.
Yeah, like suha pogoda, dry weather. Yeah, but the word suha here, well, how can I bend my finger like that? Word suha means holy mother of duck. What did you just do?
You were supported you.
Oh my god. Yeah, we have incredible abilities, guys, like X people here. Okay, so чи по-українську теж є так широке застосування якогось przekleństwa як kurwa по польську? What do we have that is as widely used as kurwa in Poland?
Well, we also borrow it from Polish too. I would be more comfortable to say kurva than to say the Russian equivalent.
Yeah, me too. I would say that, for example, like Western Ukraine, and not only Western Ukraine, but like between Lviv and Zhytomyr, all the way there to Zhytomyr, kurva is used like a lot.
I even offered you a verb, which was not on the list, but like it's quite often here. Even more often used than the word kurva. It was вкурвало. Мене це вкурвало. It pissed me off or something. That's a word that I will use.
Yeah,
like
let me show it on the screen.
It's like, oh my god.
Absolutely. This is something that we have in Ukrainian language that is, I would say, that comes from Polish language, maybe not, but we use it in Ukrainian a lot. And
Borrowings, foreign borrowings.
yeah, word вкурвати.
Вкурвати.
So this word means to piss off somebody. Мене вкурвило. I got pissed off. Or something like that. But as for like the most widespread Ukrainian curse, it's okay. I think, and in Ukrainian language we have it, because Russians, for example, say bля or блядь, like very very often. In Ukrainian language, when you want to curse like very very much, we pronounce it this way. It's блядь. So again, it's you don't say it when kids are around. It's not kids friendly. But for example, when you listen to such classics of Ukrainian comedy genre as Les Podrevyansky, he uses that a lot. It's yeah. So it's like a space filler in Ukrainian.
Pause filler.
Yeah, in Ukrainian language. It's like, for example, I'm going, like, I'm patrolling the territory and I see that Russian and I say, stop, блядь, like, yeah.
Unfortunately, people use it quite often, even in totally relaxed contexts. I'd say, by the way, it's good that you're giving this answer. Unfortunately, I think that's a result of Russification. It's not native Ukrainian word. And it is already that bad word. Like
Yeah.
the majority of the words that we have introduced you to, if you use them on public or even on a meeting or with your relatives, people may have one eyebrow up, but they won't get offended. And this kind of, from one point of view, it's widespread, but this may lead to some unpredictable like reactions. So polite people don't say that way.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not a posh way of talking, okay, but
Mom will tell you, go wash your mouth.
yeah, but in Ukrainian army, like, come on, like we use it every day, every minute, every second. Я їм, блядь, кажу, що ви робите, блядь? Like this. So we, like, in the army, we use it a lot. It's basically like a space filler. After I became a commissioned officer, I stopped using it much, but still, because army is full of like brutal people. Sometimes you have to use that, and this is something very important to know, because you have to operate both. You have to be able to operate posh or kids-friendly stuff like we have in Ukrainian a lot, and you also have to be able to operate like brutal stuff, because both have their purpose, in my opinion. What do you think about it?
I will honestly tell you that I don't use super bad words. It's my kind of like background, family background, and other stuff. Whenever, when I was at the university or elsewhere, and I wanted like to show off and use a really bad word, it would look very unnatural, like me. No, I will say, and that's why I actually say that there are people for whom they are very smooth in the flow of their speech, and it looks very natural. And when I say it, it will look super unnatural, but definitely you have to know it, because someone can address you that way and you have to know how to react to stop smiling and start fighting. That's why I think that the more you know, the better you interact in a particular society. So sure.
Yeah. By the way, do you know how I learned this huge amount of different Ukrainian curses? Literally due to Les Podrevyansky. Les Podrevyansky is Ukrainian classic. Everybody loves Les Podrevyansky because, like, he's master of using Ukrainian curses, not only like all kinds of curses in his, I don't know how to call it, poems, stand-ups. But in Ukrainian culture, like in Ukrainian, yeah. Here, like in Ukraine, he has a nickname, literally classic, the classic. How did you learn to swear? And what's your favorite one?
Me?
Yeah.
Once again, like I don't think you need to learn to swear because it comes natural, just like, well, but I was like, if I would use a bad word with my parents, I would have very serious consequences. Honestly, I was just like, by the way, to some extent, I'd describe some of Ukrainian society is quite patriarchal, and I do remember these things, especially at school, when someone says a bad word and you will get a reaction like you're a girl. You're not supposed to use bad words, they are for the boys in the army. And I think that, once again, it's about your communicative style. It doesn't make you good or bad whether you use these words or not, but how they fit you. So in my case, these are various telepensi kurvy, things like that that I use. But I honestly believe that this super brutal sexual vocabulary comes from Moscow. That's why I don't like it.
I absolutely agree with you. Like this one, for example, Vincent Gregory asks, why are there so many Russians named Peter? So it's like this. If you want to insult a vatnik...
Because they had Peter the Great, and after that...
Yeah, okay, let it be the explanation. They had Peter the Great. So if you want to insult a vatnik, you can literally call him... Peter will work. Peter will work. Definitely. What else? We have this one. Do they use words like cholera?
Yeah, my grandfather did. What cholera?
Yeah, cholera is a nice one. Let me... Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah.
Love in times of cholera.
Yeah. Cholera. So this one...
Could, remember a phrase холера ясна, наші казали. Холера ясна.
Yeah.
От
yeah.
холера ясна, я не подумав.
Yeah. Pedro, regarding your name is Peter and it's a beautiful name, but for Russians, whatever is beautiful is literally death. So you can call them like that easily and, and be proud of your name. Anyways, so regarding cholera, basically it's the same as cholera, right? It's disease. In Ukrainian language, it can be also used as an exclamation, like something happens to you and you go cholera, How else do we use it?
От холера. I think it's just like this exclamation. Plus the pronunciation, once again, in my family, would be not the classical от холера. It would be от холера, холера. Just like when you're dissatisfied with something happening, just like a remark. Not an address, but a remark.
Like a remark, yeah. Absolutely. What else do we have?
You can join cholera with trastia. These are just typically trastia is a symptom of cholera.
Yeah. Happiness consultant asks, Anna, didn't you used to teach languages? I think I watched your videos.
Well, like my education, I'm a PhD in linguistics and I teach language related subjects. But maybe you've seen on YouTube, there was a local TV program where there were a couple of TV shows where I've introduced the local audience to the changes in Ukrainian language rules, because like there are lots of things that we changed, some reforms in the spelling and so on. So that was a set of things that I introduced people to if you're speaking about these programs in Ukrainian language. But there were no bad words. There were various feminitives, like and other stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like literally because I know Anna and Anna knows me. We decided to make this masterclass for you guys. Disco San Andreas, my good friend, asks, what are the Ukrainian hand gestures for fuck off? I think we use widely spread, like internationally known gesture to say fuck off, but we also have like natively Ukrainian gesture duля.
Mm-hmm. Do you want me to show?
Yeah. Can you demonstrate it, please?
Okay, I hope you won't be demonetized or what. That's like that. It doesn't have any like bad meaning. I know kids like doing that, so I don't think it has some super bad associations, or at least I don't know about them. But guys, I want to tell you that sometimes for my thumbnails and in my like I'm using gestures, I'm speaking in pictures. That's my part of life. Actually, you don't see it much on the videos. In life I do it a lot. Gestures are part of me, and they do differ from language to language, this nonverbal behavior, or from continent to continent. And sometimes it's really difficult. I'm sure Andrei have been in similar situations when someone says, "Oh, you're a good person, but you have shown the sign that means something really bad in my culture, so I will unsubscribe because why on earth did you use it?" And I know nothing about it because in my culture there is no such concept at all, and I never intend to like offend you. The only people I offend are bad Russians on my channel. So please be careful and remember that something that may seem good may be bad in our culture and just the country. So we never, unless you're a Russian invader, then yes, we wanted to offend you.
Yeah, absolutely. And also, we have a question from Jenny. What are your favorite curse words?
I was like the words. I have already mentioned this, like kurva, vkurulivata. That's what I use personally, what I may use. But I want to tell you one funny that is really difficult to learn and to pronounce. But when Andrei invited me for the stream, it was the first one that came to my mind. And that's my kind of brain. I see what I say, and it is a curse. And I think it's common for Ukrainian literature or something, but I have come across it. And it says like, а найби тобі пір'я в роті поросло. And it says, let feathers grow in your mouth. Like when you say something bad, a person wishes feathers, bad feathers, to grow in your mouth. And I can literally imagine that happening. And maybe because we are YouTubers, we have to wish that to all the Russian military bloggers and to literally see it. But for me, it's just like a picture that I can see.
Yeah, my favorite curse word is трястя. Like, as I said, I use it a lot, like every single day. Does this gesture come from Ukraine? So basically, yeah, Ukrainian duля, I believe that it comes from Ukraine. If you know what, for example, like Vatnik says, like, we will kill you all, and you can just go, no freaking way.
This is very common. Я тобі покажу, де раки зимують. Just like shaking.
But guys, please let me know if you also have this gesture in your culture, because I want to know it. Like if you use like Dula, in your everyday life.
And I remember there was also, like, in some regions of Ukraine, if you don't want, like, when people believe that someone has a bad eye, like that they can, how do you say it? Zlazити тебе. Like take away your fortune, like a bad eye, like
Like
looking at
curse
you,
you,
they
yeah.
would was just like a person with negative. It's quite common to keep, or if you want everything to be fine, but it's too early to announce about you winning something or getting something. They say keep Dula in your pocket, so that you're just like, haha, like fingers crossed for something good. So this protects you from, I don't know, losing something good
Yeah.
in the future.
That's
That's a superstition.
Yeah, Prepper Nation asks, do Ukrainians have a lot of more family-friendly euphemisms for common curse phrases? We do in the US, like instead of shut the fuck up, we can say shut the front door.
I think yes, but it's difficult to come up with them at the second, but I think a lot.
Yeah, for example, instead of very, very brutal, Anna, you gotta
Okay.
instead of brutal, which we often use in the army as well, like закрый ебальник.
Very long introduction. I'm tired.
Yeah. You can
Just say it.
Yeah, so instead of that, we can say стул и пельку. Like it also works. So we have like different. It's not like they sound. Because, for example, in Polish language, instead of kurwa, you can also say kurcza, kuiva, and things like that to make this word more like family friendly.
Я реально думала, що це хз, хто знає.
Yeah. In Ukrainian language, we don't really use that. We use just different phrases.
Mm-hmm.
I think. Question from Joe Perkovsky. Do you guys like South Park? Have you ever watched South Park?
I did. I like it as a phenomenon. I remember actually once my mom saw one of the episodes and she like, why on earth they make cartoons like that for children? I said, no, it's a little bit different.
I don't know. My favorite episode was when the kids from Afghanistan sent them a goat and they wanted to bring that goat back. That one was fantastic. About Osama bin Laden. Those were like older ones. Or when Jesus Christ was boxing versus devil. Or when that, oh my god, there was this Asian guy who built like a Chinese wall against Mongols. Yeah, that one was great. David Alston asks, when does the test begin? So basically, like as soon as the stream is finished, you can just go and check out commentaries of your favorite vatniks and test yourself. Yeah, we're not giving people bad marks today. Would instead блять, blin be the word? So, Martin, how to explain this? So
that's a school version.
Yeah, that's a school version, and also blin is not really Ukrainian word.
Yeah, but that was very widespread in the 90s at schools.
Yeah, because we didn't curse much back in those days.
Yeah.
Maybe because we were younger, I don't know.
Better.
Yeah, Trine Daly says, shut the front door. Never heard that one. Well, me neither, actually, but it's good to know. You think these are bad words? Hindi swear words are even worse than English one. Oh my god. I have to learn that one. Absolutely. However, like Hindi, like those guys are pretty much peaceful and I don't know. Something interesting. Yeah, I gotta check it out. I gotta research it. Do people say things like "I effed your mother" as an insult? Yeah, I think it's probably the most widespread insult around the world for reasons I cannot explain. Because I don't know, I would never want to do it with like Putin's mother, even if I was paid like $10 million.
I always visualize what they say.
Yeah. How do you say pancake in Ukrainian?
Mlynets.
Mlynets. It's mlynets. It's not blin. It's mlynets. It's a completely different word, and it's nothing.
Long.
Yeah, it's nothing like a curse. What's the best insult to use with Putin, Pitun? You like I would stick to Huilo, for example.
That's universal. That is already like UNESCO heritage.
Yeah, absolutely. And like even like Ukrainian kids know it. Like everybody knows it.
Yeah, people around the world, and Putin knows that.
Yeah, that is important. So, what else regarding the orcs themselves? What is the absolute worst term one can call them, and they hate? I would say this one. So it's a beautiful Ukrainian word, Rusnya. So you can use this one, I think.
Rusnya, kacapy. Kacapa, it's not that like it's an old term. Свиноsobaki.
Pig dogs for some reason, like.
I don't like it. I don't know what is the etymology of that, but it was just like.
Rick Sanchez asks, what does Staromayorske mean? Staromayorske is like a town. Old majors.
In Soviet times, they were creating lots of artificial names of the cities and villages, which sound very unnatural, like enerhodar, like gifting energy. I'd say it was very common for the 20s and 30s. They were designing new human and they were designing new language, which actually resembled a lot of Newspeak in Orwell.
Yeah. So how do you say cretin or mouth breather in Ukrainian? But generally we say cretin.
Yeah, but isn't that a diagnosis?
I don't know.
I haven't come across quite often, but just like we've offered you Odoroblo Telepen, you may use it.
Yeah. This one is interesting. Luke Amato asks, do you have any phrases that can be confused with a different bad phrase, like if pronounced incorrect? It's like when you say kosy, Ukrainian word, which means like braids, right? like it's a proper word. Or when you say Kostya, which is again Ukrainian male name. But in Farsi, for example, that would be really, really bad because in Persian, kos means a cunt, basically. Do we have anything like that in Ukrainian language?
Well, I have always been on the other side when you learn a foreign language and you start laughing at some phrases in that foreign language because they sound suspicious in Ukrainian. I don't know.
Let me think. So let me just check one thing on
Kids
the.
hated prohibition. They didn't like it because it has some resemblance.
Let me check one thing. Oh my god. No, it's not on the map. Anyways, I will tell you if I found it. Yeah, Justin Howard asks, Huilo?
Universal.
Yeah, that is a universal thing. So basically, Huilo can be translated as dighead, but in our version, the word Huilo is like being a prick, like yourself, like this person is like a prick. I don't know how to explain it. Dighead can be an explanation, a translation for this word, but it's not really close translation of it. What else do we have? Okay. I've seen this one. Have you guys seen this bullshit scientific research on time travel that has been published out of Omsk? Bullshit USSR, nostalgia attempts are hilarious. Do you know anything about it? Time travel research in Omsk. Oh my god, let me see.
But that sounds promising. Like, you don't need, like, yesterday on my stream, some of the friends of the channel beautifully commented that in Moscow it is always 1937. And it's true. So if you want to experience bad time travel, go to Russia.
Yeah, I couldn't find anything about Omsk time travel, unfortunately, or fortunately for us.
What for Ukrainians?
Yeah, how do we say? It's already in Ukrainian. Божевільний. Божевільний is crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Plus, same as in English, it can be good and bad.
Yeah. Like you can say, I don't know, you won the race and your girlfriend is like hugging you and she says you are crazy. Or you ate like a full spoon of cinnamon and it basically makes you crazy too.
On Thursday with coffee.
Yeah. Did you try it, by the way?
I don't like coffee with cinnamon. I'm sorry. I hope this will not prevent me from being successful. I don't know what's the background of this joke, but like that drinking coffee with cinnamon on Thursdays makes you rich.
Yeah, but eating cinnamon is like meh. Idiot
makes
is
you Elon Musk.
Yeah, 100%. Elon Muskal. Idiot is a low form of insult. What is the Ukrainian word for that? Basically, like telepan fits well. Like telepan or idiot or moron will be telepan.
We say idiot.
We say idiot.
That's
Yeah.
an international word.
Yeah. What's the worst insult in general? Oh my God.
I think it has to be personal and situational, honestly, because like if it's a really dirty language and you hear it, of course it's negative, but to make something really offensive, it has to be tailored for a particular person.
I guess. Because by the way, Anna is absolutely right here. You gotta um, if you want to insult somebody like properly, you gotta insult somebody's features. This is something that you need to know if you want this insult to be like mwah, like like work perfectly. That is why you have to know both, like kids friendly curses and kids not friendly curses, and use them according to the situation. It's like an art.
You know, when I had the problem with disappearing comments on the channel, and I think that from time to time, all politics, war related channels have these waves of super filtering. And I'm very grateful for the subscribers who understand that. But one of the YouTube support was telling me, well, you have to teach your audience how to comment, not to trigger the algorithms of YouTube. And it feels like we are preparing vocabulary how to curse with Russian supporters on the channel without attracting the attention of YouTube algorithms.
Yeah, that one is interesting. Дурень for idiot. 100% you can use this one. Дурень is
Widespread. In like both the word and the people.
Yeah, I remember. Have you ever seen the movie Red Heat with Arnold Schwarzenegger?
I think, but it might have been long ago.
So I believe it's like 1986 or 1989 movie with Arnold, who plays like Russian militianeer, Russian cop. And there is this absolutely ridiculous scene when he wanted to crash his car into the car of this Vladimir Rosta, or how was his name? I don't remember that dude. And his partner like stopped him from doing that, so his car tumbled, and Arnold is like mad. He's absolutely mad, and he screams, "Durak, Durak!" And the subtitles for English-speaking people say, "Idiot, idiot!" I laughed my freaking butt off, like literally. So we use dureń. Dureń is Ukrainian word for idiot, and this one proposed both by Gunnar and Haryana. What is Anna? You gotta. So, довбойоб. Yeah. So we use this one as well, and you can easily use it to describe a person who is like dumb as a brick. Like literally, the dude tells you like you were dumb in bombast for 8 years. This is how you can easily call this person, like easily. I saw a lot of them. You know when? So I made this video with explaining that Russians cannot say "Я переможу." Because like the Russians lack words for being victorious, like "Я победил", "Ты победишь", No, it's like он победил, ты победил. No, он победит, ты победишь, я побежу.
Побежу.
Yeah. So they lack the word to win in first person.
Future form.
Yeah, in future form. So I made this video about it, and like they got so insulted with two things in this video. First of all, they were like, there's so much politics here. Like, guys, come on. Like, if you are afraid of politics, I have some very, very bad news for you, dude. Like, you cannot avoid it. First of all, you're already doomed to pay taxes. If you don't, then basically you're nobody. Like, how can you even call yourself a citizen, right? You have to vote. This is your personal, I don't know, like you have to, you should. You cannot avoid it. And things like that. You have to participate in the life of your country. Otherwise, like, there's really no point of you to call yourself a citizen. And they said a lot of things like this. Hubert says, "Я держу победу." It's like, I will achieve the victory. It's like, everybody were. So first part of people who were writing comments, they were like, there's so much politics, I hate this video, and others were like, it's easy, я держу победу, I will achieve the victory, моё я победит, they created so many like interesting constructions instead of literally say, well, yeah, we don't have this word, so like, so what?
We will not win.
Yeah, but at the same time, they literally admitted and confirmed what I said in the end of the video, that basically any language is and can be beautiful, deep, and poetic, and it's not about the language, it's how you use it. You don't have to be insulted if you're like a person that speaks Russian language. You don't have to be insulted when I say things like you don't have to, that you cannot win, right? That you cannot say it. You can create different constructions and yada yada. It's a normal thing. But a lot of people got insulted because of this, because like politics and everything else. Literally, like I don't give a damn, because whoever felt insulted is basically what I call a довбойоб. Remember Gennady Moskal? He was famous for this video, like, ты шо, бандит? Ты шо, довбойоб? He was swearing and cursing so like in such a funny way. We were all like screaming from those videos. The roots of victory in Ukrainian and Russian are different. So that's the thing. We have перемога, which is the victory, and we have я переможу, which is I will win. But it's a different in English language. In English language, winning and victory are different words. In Russian and Ukrainian, winning and victory, they have the same root. Only in Russian they cannot say I will win, but in Ukrainian we can. That I found interesting. What else? What else do we have here? So David asks, are there Ukrainian phrases for crazy people or situations like it was as mad as a bag of spiders? Crazy situations, how would we express them?
Like, if we look for some simple words, For example, even the word durne may work. Like when something goes wrong, you may say, "Oh, durne." No, durne. Like I didn't want it to be that way. It derives from the very same root as duren, which is like a fool or stupid. But you mean like that the situation is foolish. You like did not intend that or something. Or maybe I haven't understood the question clear.
We have to find an equal, and I think that it will be the last question for today because it's 1 a.m. in Ukraine and I have to let Anna go to bed. But let's find this way. So, how to describe a situation that was like absolutely crazy, or somebody who did some unexpected crazy shit, like. So we have one, which is if you said something very, very stupid, okay, then, my God, let me type this. Anna, you gonna love it. I just want to see your expression. So we have this expression when somebody said something like extremely stupid. And we say сказав, як в калюжу перднув, which means you said something so stupid, so it looked as if you farted into a puddle.
Yeah, and we say it into oh my God, where do you put, for example, beer, large quantities of it, like a bowl or something? The sound will be different, louder, with an echo.
Yeah. So you can use it, for example, when someone said something very bad, and you can also use that word that we discussed like a minute ago. You can say "довбойоб", сказав, як в калюжу пернув. And I think we should release Anna because it's like really, really late. Yeah. My dear friends, first of all, I wanted to say big thanks for staying with us tonight. It was a pleasure. Something not really usual for me, for Anna as well, but we have this very, very deep experience in using curse words and teaching words. So we united tonight to bring it for you guys. Anna, would you like to say something to our viewers?
I want to tell you guys that I love you very much, and I'm very grateful that you are with us tonight and during these challenging times. And there are lots of crazy things, crazy in this good meaning of the word, that you do on a daily basis in your conversations, in your addresses to those who doubt, to those who are undecisive, and you help us win, and we will win because Ukrainian language has this version of future.
Yeah, ми переможемо обов'язково. Guys, thank you so much. I wish you great day or great night. It's Sunday tomorrow. There will be Monday. Yay! We love Mondays. They are I love Anna's expression. We love Mondays. They are fantastic. Dear friends, thank you so much for supporting my channel. Thank you for supporting Anna's channel. Please subscribe. It's a must. Guys, if you're watching my channel, please subscribe to learn more about Ukrainian culture. And what else can I say? Be safe, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Andrei.
Thank you. Dear friends, bye-bye.